Hey, Spotify listeners. If you have any questions or comments during today's show, go ahead and use the new Q&A function embedded in today's episode. Welcome to the Important Questions Podcast, the only show that answers life's most important questions, from why are we here to should I have a beer. My name is Dave, and I am with the Acolytes of Knowledge here, Smitty, Scott, and Rico.
Yo.
You should have a beer, and I would like one too.
All right, well, that answers the first question right away from the introduction. So thank you.
And why are we here? To have a beer.
I might have a beer as well. Sounds like a great idea.
Thanks, boys. This is the show where we answer life's most important questions. We got 4 hosts. We got 4 questions. Those are the topics of the show. Never changes week to week, and it's important. What we do is important. And a little preface before we start the show here this week. This is big news. We're on episode 7 here, and Rico has finally listened to his own show.
No,
and not only
no
that,
fucking way.
He said that he liked it.
I said it.
Damn.
I said is good.
He's just
I didn't say
gaslighting
good.
us. Yeah,
Okay,
It's good.
It's good.
He didn't even articulate a complete sentence. Just is good. So you
Is
know it's
good.
not that great.
So
That's
are you going to
as
stick
high
around
praise
for the
as you're gonna
podcast or
get.
what?
Uh-huh.
Are you going to stick around or what?
I think
You
I'll
gonna
stick around.
Stay on the team?
At least 100 episodes.
Okay.
I feel like we've done that before.
No.
But almost thought about buying an ad for the show recently as well. I think I've come to the determination that I'd rather just have the people that listen to the show share it with their friends. We're a little word of mouth and all that shit. Especially
Doesn't
because we're
cost
like
anything.
7 episodes deep right
And
now.
donate.
You could donate too. I mean, we're 7 episodes deep right now, and anyone listening to the show has determined already that they like us. So I think listeners might not believe this, but as a bunch of just fucking jackasses running a comedy podcast, we're not that rich. So,
I mean, don't give the game away.
oh shit, sorry. All that to
Real
say,
inside baseball.
This is out of desperation, not out of joy.
all
It's a
that to
last
say,
ditch effort
boys,
to get away from our 9-to-5s.
I got a question this week that I think is super goddamn important. And it all starts with me being at the airport where all of my questions are birthed. I don't know what it is. I don't know why this happens. But for some reason, when I'm at the airport before I travel for work, like I do once every 2 months or so, my mind just floods with questions as I'm people watching. It's fucking
It's probably
amazing.
because you're just sitting there waiting. You're not doing anything actively, right?
I mean, I do that at home pretty frequently.
Yeah, but sometimes you just got to get a change of scenery.
Maybe it's that.
And airports are
Um,
literally just the biggest cluster of the world's stupidest people. I feel like.
It
I would
is
agree.
idiot mecca
Yeah.
in most cities.
But as I was at the airport, I took a piss at the airport bathroom, as one does before they get to their gate.
That's true.
Because I believe I was either sitting in a window or a middle seat for this flight. And Lord help me know, I'm not going to get up and go piss in the flight if you have to get past 2 people. I just hold that shit in. So I'm pissing at the airport like you do. And there's a group of men pissing, group of men washing their hands, group of men farting and shitting. All the things
Very
that you would
crowded
expect in a
bathroom.
public bathroom. And there was also one guy there who was actually holding towels, like paper towels. I've never seen in my life a bathroom attendant at a place that wasn't fancy, but I saw one at the Denver International Airport, which was
Really?
weird as hell. Yeah. I don't know if
Is
he was
the
just
Denver
there
airport
temporarily.
the one that's got the weird ass paintings and shit.
Weird paintings, a demonic horse with
It was in
red
Die Hard,
eyes.
right?
Runways in the shape of swastikas.
Yeah, supposedly underground tunnels that are meant for the elites to escape. Same
That one's true,
same airport,
but-
yeah. But instead of just putting a bunch of paper towels down on a kind of moist sink, the way that most places do, there was a bathroom attendant. And I felt kind of bad because bathroom attendants, no pun intended here, really have a shitty job. Just existing in a space where there's just shitting and farting happening constantly. So my question for the week is, who thought that bathroom attendants were a good idea? And sub question to that, what are some other horrible areas where we could stick an attendant?
I think the person who first started it was probably a guy with servants and also some sort of dependency issue. So
Dependency
Can't go to the
issue for
bathroom
sure.
without somebody watching him.
mhm.
The bathroom attendant to me, it fits nobody's desires.
Yeah.
Like I don't want
any part of that.
Yeah, a bathroom attendant doesn't want to be in the bathroom unless there's like some weird fetish going on.
Right.
But also as me as a bathroom user, if I'm in a nice bathroom and I know I'm the only person in there, I'm going to let it fucking rip and it's going to feel really really good. But if there's a bathroom attendant in there and it's, one of those echoey airport bathrooms, they're not funneling music into the airport bathrooms. It's just it's a sound of an echo chamber of grunts and farts.
This poor teenager.
That's all it is.
He's just standing there 8 hours a day, and somebody walks out of the stall. He's like, "Hey, man, that was a nice fart. Here's a paper towel. You can't
He's
have
a
two.
fart
You can
aficionado.
only have one."
Are you supposed to tip a bathroom attendant?
Fuck
I think
that,
so.
dude. Fuck.
I think you are, though.
I'm not gonna
I think
take
you're
a
supposed
piss and then wash my hands, and then some dude hands me a paper towel, and I gotta reach into my wallet and I hand him a couple bucks. Fuck off.
Especially if you don't wash your hands.
Now you're gonna touch dirty ass money.
Yeah, especially like how many people. Well, I guess if they're not going to wash their hands, they don't need to tip the dude because they're not using his services. But there's a lot of people that still take shits and don't wash their hands. It's fucking alarming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't
Dude,
That's why I
are
said
the bathroom attendants armed? Because they could be
With
protecting
paper towels.
No, like with a gun. Like
they protect themselves by winding up the towel and snapping your ass with it. Snapping
Smitty,
your
don't
dick with it.
Smitty, don't you fall into the category of like we should de-arm the police?
Oh
and
yeah,
yet you want to
absolutely.
give guns to a fucking bathroom attendant?
I mean, I'm not going to get into how I feel about
fucking
police because this isn't the time or place, but I am very much in favor of giving the
guy
most
that has to listen to
defenseless
shit.
people on the planet guns. Yeah,
Flush that toilet or die, motherfucker.
Wash your fucking
I think that'd be a
hands,
net positive
fool.
for humanity
Oh my
if we
God.
gave bathroom attendants guns and also put bathroom attendants everywhere.
But you don't even have to give this poor kid. When I say kid, because I don't know.
He's probably like 36.
Yeah, but like you don't even have to give him a gun. Like the dude could just like as you're walking, he could just like stick his foot out and trip somebody as they're like in a hurry. You'd be like, "Wash your fucking hands next time." Like something.
So he doesn't have to
stupid
pull
like
the
that.
gun out.
He
He can just
kneecap you with a
be
baton.
visibly armed,
He just has
or a cattle prod.
He's
Yeah,
got a vest. He just opens it up and you see it hanging from his holster here. Wash your hands next time.
yeah. He just reaches his hands up and yawns really loud and obnoxiously, and then his like you could see his like cold 1911 hanging there.
Yeah.
You know what?
And also
I'm
the
on
bottom
board.
part of his belly.
I'm on
Mhm.
board with this. This seems like it'd make the world a better place.
Be a cleaner society for sure.
Don't touch my gun
Mhm.
with your germy hands. Wash them first. Yeah. Don't get your germs on my gun.
So you guys not only see the use of a bathroom attendant, but also see the use in arming them.
Only if they're armed, I see a use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dave, to build on your other question about like where else we can put attendants, as I know that you frequently fly, I frequently drive back to Illinois, where we're from. I pulled over at an Iowa rest stop. I think it was like 6:30 in the morning or something to go take a piss. There's a dude in the visitor center section that's just working there in Iowa. I'm like, what kind of fucking job is this, dude? Like, there's nothing in Iowa. There's nothing to visit. You're literally on I-80 to get the fuck through Iowa. There's like no like tourism, like there's nothing touristy or anything that people are like, I'm going to go to Iowa today for anything other than visiting family that lives in Iowa. Like there's no fucking reason. And this dude has to sit in a rest stop and give people directions and like travel tips. I thought that was kind of shitty.
I bet you they have like really shitty attractions the way that a lot of those like Great Plains and Midwest states do.
He had a gun.
Where it's
though.
like, ooh, here's a really big statue of a bottle of mustard that was built here for some reason.
Here's the world's biggest ball of yarn.
I want
Or
to
like
say it
the
was
world's biggest hemorrhoid
the things that
extracted
they
from an ass.
advertised would be like the birthplace of John Wayne. And that's pretty much it. It's like University of Iowa, birthplace of John Wayne, Nebraska's in 340 miles.
Rico, I want to
There you
go back to since you and Smitty were in agreement on arming bathroom attendants. That would give me the ultimate sense of being poop/pee shy. It's like it's already tough. Like if you're at a crowded event and you gotta like you're next up at the urinal and you gotta let it go. And there's like an 8-second delay before your penis actually starts pushing out all that juicy piss.
You look behind you and the attendant is reaching for his gun. And he's like, oh, fuck.
That begs the question, could you pee or poop with a gun to your head?
I don't think I could.
I think I would
unless it was involuntary.
pee or poop if somebody pulled a gun. Yeah. No, thank you.
I think that bathroom attendants, when they're armed, should act like those guys on golf courses to try and hurry people along. So he's not only got a gun, but he's also yelling at you. They're like, all right, let's go. Come on.
Does he have the gun?
Pisser, get out of the fucking way.
Golf clubs.
Like when you walk up to the urinal and like one guy takes the far right and then another guy takes the one right next to him. Like you think he walks up, he's like, no, spread it out.
No,
like,
I think he tries to cram as many people in there as possible.
Like well, he's got to make the even
going.
space. He's got to make the make the spacing even first, and then you can funnel in and fill in the rest of the spots.
There is no place for cases of the not gays in a bathroom that has an attendant. It is
no.
He
would act
throughput.
like he'd act like one of those guys that's like a parking attendant. If you ever go to a concert and they're like waving you in, telling you where to park.
You some guy steps up and tries to put the gap. And he's like, back over. Get the fuck over. I don't give a shit if you're gay or not. Get over.
The dudes that work on the tarmac or whatever that have like the fluorescent things and they're like directing planes on like where to go. He's just doing that to you as you walk into the bathroom. You, this stall.
He notices a guy's been like taking a shit for too long. He kicks it open. Is like, all right, wipe and get off, motherfucker. You're out.
He's like directionally pointing me with his 2 fluorescent cones towards the stall with like the shit smeared on the walls, paper towels that are or toilet paper that's like all thrust against the back corner of the walls.
Yeah.
To be fair, if the guy who was smearing shit on the walls of a stall, if he got shot in the head at close range by a hollow point, I would not be upset about that.
That would make the stall arguably a little dirtier.
True, but he's just an attendant. He's not the janitor.
That's also just a Chicago bathroom.
Blood and poop.
True.
Yeah. Gunshot violence and poop. Like, it must be O'Hare
just
then.
A hard poop. Another one that I thought of was like a restaurant attendant that specifically is there to walk around and help people burp.
Fucking nice. What?
Yeah, it's like
does
another
he throw me up
attendant.
over his shoulder and he's just
wait.
patting me on the back.
Did you say this is a thing that happens or a thing that you wish happened?
No, he's recommending
this is just
it.
This is another dumb attendant idea. Is the guy that walks around and pats you on the back if you have to burp.
If you said that with a little bit more
that's
confidence,
genius.
you would have got Rico's ass. He'd be like, "What?"
Rico already said it's genius.
Yeah,
I think
we should do that.
Does he have like the spit up bib that he puts over his shoulder too?
Yeah, dude.
Put you on his lap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's like
bounces you a little bit. How you feeling? You
the burping
okay, bud?
But he's slinging like a.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, he's slinging like a 5'10" dude over his shoulder. So you're just gonna burp and potentially spit up on the table behind you, not on the towel that's draped over his shoulder.
Yeah, but from experience, like sometimes you have to switch positions to get them to burp. It doesn't always happen the first time you try. So like you have to put them on your lap and then put them on across your chest. So there's a little back and forth motion there.
Now, Rico, imagine if you're doing that, but you have a grown man going, "Yeah, I don't think this is working, pal. Can you maybe put me over your lap? Switch shoulders.
I want this in my life.
This isn't working."
This sounds great.
You haven't burped, so he starts shaking you. He like picks you up by your shoulders and just like hangs you there and like gyrates you until you like vomit.
Yeah.
There, close enough.
No, I can only
And then he
burp if
puts
you
his hand out
massage
for
my
a
back,
tip.
bud.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anybody save room for dessert? No. How about now?
He notices like one person who's a little bit pissy. Like, I know you got a burp, pal. It's gonna be all right.
Doesn't even ask permission. He just picks you up and just starts doing it.
Or he just starts like wailing, like he takes like he makes a fist and then like thumps like the heel of his hand against the middle of your back while you're trying to have a conversation.
I would hate
A little
that.
off topic here, but kind of
Would
on
you hate
topic.
that? I don't know. That seems
I'm
totally
yes.
cool to me.
Yeah, fuck you.
Slightly off topic. If any of you guys been to a restaurant where there's like a musician that's walking around table to table?
No.
No.
Except for like
Ugh.
when you go to like a Mexican restaurant, they got a mariachi band that does that.
Yeah, that my
That's
last
fine.
experience.
That's totally
my last
cool.
Happy
experience
birthday.
was at a Mexican restaurant, and it was a guy with just an electric guitar. It was cordless, and it was hooked up to a Bluetooth. There was like some bassline music that was playing over the speakers for that restaurant, and then he would just walk up table to table, get up next to your table, and then just start like playing like a guitar solo over what was playing, and he would just be there.
Yeah, it makes
Did he
me
say anything to you, or was he like, "Excuse me, I'm going to do this"?
No, he just made like he made that kind of like stink face that guys make when they're shredding.
Oh,
You know
that's
the one.
annoying. I don't like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this seems like a bad time. I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Like you're having a dinner where you're explaining to somebody that you know you have to foreclose on your house, and he just comes up and starts shredding next to you.
It's not
Sorry,
you.
we're
it's
gonna have
me.
to unplug Grandma from the ventilator.
Honey, tip the man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay you $100 fucking to get out of here.
Pay him off from grandma's estate, please. My wife also recommended a few attendant ideas that she thought were stupid. One of them is she gets really pissed off at a store called Bath and Body Works. It's like the lotion and candle store and whatnot, where they sell all those really awesome scented shit. And she said it'd be really dumb to have a smelling attendant that would like you can no longer just pick up the candles and smell each one yourself. They have
They
to
open
like
the lids
they
for
do
you.
it like they open the lids and they're like a sommelier. They describe each one to you as they like waft it towards your nose.
They only
This one
give you
would
like
pair well with a steak.
yeah. They only give you like a half a second inhale. They like open the lid and you're like that's enough. Do you like this?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Got the tip of my nose, lady.
The first scent is free. The others are they charge you for.
It's a subscription service.
What if there was like an attendant for like any public space, just a guy walking around like asking people, "You good? You doing all right? You doing good?" And that's it. And if people
No.
say people
No,
will
I'm
just
not.
generally say yes because this is America and we don't talk about our feelings. But then like you get the one guy who's like, "No, I'm actually having a hard time." He's like, "Oh, all right," and then just walks on.
I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah.
Is he
See ya.
armed, Smitty?
Maybe we could give him some nunchucks.
All right, that seems safe.
What's a funny weapon?
Nunchucks,
Nunchucks
but with
are
like the
pretty funny.
rubber chickens that like when you compress them and then you let go, they scream.
It honks while he's trying to do like the Bruce Lee thing.
I think a lot of those medieval weapons are pretty funny, like the mace that's on a chain that you could swing over your head.
Oh, a flail.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty silly.
Yeah, because you know nobody's trained in that. He's undoubtedly gonna get a chunk out of his leg on accident.
Oh yeah, those things are dangerous. They used to make them where instead of just like a handle, it was like a long stick,
Yeah.
so people could like use them with a little bit of distance. I'd feel comfortable doing that, not an actual flail, because I don't know how heavy that fucking ball is. Cave in my
Cat o'
bone
nine
fucking
tails.
skull. Yeah,
Cat of nine tails. That's pretty silly.
yeah.
It's pretty silly. More kinky.
Mm. Maybe he
I'm
just beats you with
satisfied.
a shoe. I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Not satisfied.
No.
Are you done now? I'm
Yeah,
satisfied.
I'm done now. Fuck you.
Dave, you satisfied?
I
You
am
done
happy.
talking, Smitty? You have more input? Fuck you.
I am happy that with the bathroom attendants that you said that the dude was using paper towels. Like if he was just standing there and they only had like air dryers, that would kind of be really stupid.
Presses the button for you.
But or he just like
Or
or
he
he
just
just hand
blows
up
on your
underneath
hands.
it. And then it's still better than like picturing them with like, you know, the fancy restaurants that have like cloth towels. like how many people's hands have been on that stuff. It'd be gross.
That would be pretty gross.
Yeah.
I have a kind of disgusting segue. If you want, I can go next.
Segue away, Scott.
Okay. So speaking of kind of disgusting things, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Wisconsin Dells.
Yep.
Yeah.
The indoor water park capital of the world. I don't know if that's true. I'm just riffing here. But
It might be true.
But we used
Now
to,
it's true. You
we used
said
to-
it, so therefore it's true.
Yeah,
there
it's
we
on the
go.
internet now.
It's fact. We used to go there every year when we were kids, and it was great. And I had a real eye-opening experience because I was there when COVID first kind of broke out. So I was up at the Dells when they first gave the stay-at-home order. So we're like, oh, it's a good thing we're going home tomorrow. Well, I went back this year, and I don't know if if I would necessarily say I'm a germaphobe, but I'm a lot more conscious about things and like how disgusting people are. So my important question is, what is your water park etiquette when it comes to, I guess, pretty much anything, hygiene or what have you, behaviors like in a pool, stuff like that?
You can piss in the pool. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is is that 100% serious? Because I feel like that's fucking gross.
That's enough water. It'll thin out. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you guys pissed
How are
in
they
a
gonna know
pool?
it's you?
I think
They
that's
won't- they
pretty
won't fucking know.
gross.
Yeah. No one's gonna know it's you.
Have you guys
Yeah.
pissed in a
What?
pool?
I pissed in every pool I've been in.
Real talk?
I don't know if I could go that far, but I've
The
definitely
only
pissed
pool
in
I've
pools.
pissed in was the ocean.
Yeah, I've only
I pissed in the ocean too. That's
And,
God's pool.
like,
I don't give a
rivers and
shit.
stuff.
Yeah,
I would never pee in an actual pool.
Yeah, I
I
think
wouldn't be in
that's-
my own. but-
especially when you got like you're like not shoulder to shoulder, but there's definitely a lot of people running around, especially kids. Like that's pretty fucking weird.
I'm not pissing on a child. I'm pissing in the water, and there happens to be a child in the water.
It seems like a legal loophole, Smitty.
I mean, I'm wearing shorts. I'm covering my bathing suit area.
It's true. It's true.
I might have like this is where
Speaking
the
of pee fetish.
question
Sorry.
spawned from. Because I'd go to the bathroom and I would put like my shoes on or like flip flops or whatever, walk into the bathroom, take a piss, and I'd wash my hands. The amount of people that just go in there barefoot to take a shit, to take a piss, and then don't wash their hands on the way out was astounding to me.
Nah, it's good, dude. They're gonna dip their feet and hands in chlorine when they're done.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I always get fucking sick after I'm there. Like we're there for like 3 days, and I'm sick for like a week and a half afterwards. I'm still getting over it. It's fucking stupid.
My water park etiquette is I do not go to fucking water parks.
Yeah,
I don't think I've been to a water
in
park in probably at
years.
least like 10 years.
If it was
Like,
just
ugh.
if it was inherently like just my choice, like if like some of my older family members were like, you guys want to go to a water park, I'd probably be like, fuck no. But
Yeah, absolutely not.
It's like
Fuck
giving that
that.
experience to, like my niece and nephew and some of the younger kids, like because they find that super enjoyable. Like, and it was pretty cool going down some of the slides with my nephew. He's like 6 years old, and the kid, like he used to be like pretty shy and kind of like a scaredy cat. And now he's like, let's go down the big tube slides and stuff. So that was pretty fun. Until
Mm-hmm.
I guess you think about how many people's pisses in there.
How many
It's mostly
Smitties
piss,
and
probably.
Daves? How many Smitty and Daves are just out in that
Yeah.
pool, just letting it go?
But aside from just hygiene etiquette, I guess, like a couple of us went into the hot tub and like we'd grab our beers or whatever and just go sit in there. And then you'd have like a mom that's like watching her 2 kids like run and jump into like a 3-foot deep hot tub. And it's like all adults, they're just trying to like chill, just trying to relax. And it's like these 2 kids are just doing fucking cannonballs in the hot tub.
Cannonballs in a hot tub sounds so
Dude,
fucking
you're gonna
bad.
crack your fucking head open.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad
But
move for sure.
But the mom's just like, don't do that. We don't know. Let's not splash. And then like, obviously the kids didn't fucking listen. So like you sit in the hot tub for a minute and you're like, this is stupid, man.
Dude, if
I
I,
like
want to
the-
hang out in a hot tub, like there absolutely cannot be kids around or like anybody that's a stranger. Like I'm not gonna fucking hang out in a hot tub with somebody who's not like somebody I already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, hot tubs are for like sitting there and chilling and looking awkwardly around at other people
Yeah,
that are doing the same
basically,
thing
yeah.
as you.
Yeah.
They had a swim up bar hot tub as well. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this is going to be cool. and it was adults only. So we're like, even if we don't get a drink, like we'll just sit in the corner because there's less people. They're like, oh,
Mhm.
you need to have your driver's license on you. I'm like, I'm wearing nothing but fucking swim trunks right now, dude. Do you really think I have my driver's license in my pocket?
Be one of those fucking nerds who has like the fanny pack around their neck,
Yeah,
like
or
one of
like
those rescue dogs in the Alps.
or the
Let me get out my driver's license, unzip that right up there with all the cool people at the bar.
they've got like the little clear pouch on like a sweatband on like their forearm or something.
Mm-hmm. Get the guy who's got like the swimmer's goggles. Yeah, I'll have 3 beers. Because nothing mixes well with swimming quite like alcohol.
Or just like you said, indoor water parks, but I'm also thinking of outdoor water parks.
Yeah,
Mix that with like being out in the fucking summer sun.
Oh my god. And like not enough sunscreen, too much booze, hanging out in water. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
I'd be one of the pale ass white dudes at the end of the day that just looks fucking fried.
I was gonna say you'd probably look like a lobster after that day.
Yeah.
But also like that there'd be the one like having a swim up bar, unless they are very strict about how much people can drink, somebody's gonna fuck up and vom in the pool.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's just like pissing. It's enough water to displace it.
Yeah.
Dispel the chunks in the wave pool.
You're just gonna wave them away.
Yeah, the lifeguard just has like a big like spatula. They just gotta like stir it a little bit.
Fucking hate this guy.
Disperse it.
The wake is chunky today.
The puke paddle.
Oh man.
That's right next to the poop net. Just in case you get a floater.
Yeah. And the pee colander.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Did you guys hear growing up like the urban legend that if you piss in a pool, they can put chemicals in the water that like will make the piss turn like a bright color
Yeah.
so that people can see you?
Yep.
That
That's
was
why
a
I never
fucking
pissed
lie.
in pools.
I
I
pissed
didn't
in every
wanna-
pool and it's never happened.
I didn't want to risk it because the one time I do risk it, it'd be like bright green. It'd be like, oh no.
Imagine
They
the
should
kind of
br-
fucking
they should-
pariah you would be, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No,
him. It's
then
the
everybody
pool
would do it,
pisser.
right? It's normalized at that point.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they should get that like there's like a parasite I think in Brazil or like somewhere in South America that if you pee like in the water, it goes up the pee stream into your dick and like your
Yeah.
dick has to get
It's
amputated.
attracted to urea.
They should put those in every pool.
Yeah. That's
That'd
a
be
good
great.
idea, Rico. We should put
Yep.
living parasites in every single pool.
Especially where
Yeah.
like a bunch of little kids hang out and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What about one of those brain-eating amoebas, Rico? A couple of those?
Or those river
Yeah,
snails.
that'll work too. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that kind of struck me as like kind of shitty and douchey behavior was in the wave pool, which was like arguably one of the larger sections, still packed with a lot of people and a lot of little kids like learning how to swim and learning how to like
Why
jump
would you go to
over
the
waves
wave
and
pool for
stuff.
that?
Oh, because it
You're
was the
gonna
only
drown your
area.
fucking child.
No, I mean, like the kids had like life jackets and stuff on. Like I get it, but then there's
Mhm.
like the guys that are like I don't know, like 16 or 17, sometimes a little bit younger, and they're like just yeeting a football across the entire fucking pool. And then when it like almost hits a kid or like splashes or something, they don't even like say anything. They just like swim up and awkwardly look at you and then look down and grab it and then start throwing it back and forth. It's like, come on, man. There's not enough fucking room
Yeah.
for that shit. Maybe I'm just
Wave
an old
pools-
man.
Wave pools freak me out. Like I used to like them as a kid, and then I went to one. I think when I was like, I believe in college, and there was a person who like almost drowned in it, and I'm just like, I'm gonna stay away from these from now on. Like the lifeguard had to like pull them out of the water and like do a resuscitation, and I was just like there.
Oh, shit.
I'm just like, I don't know if I want to go back in.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not a very good swimmer, so it's like, I don't want to risk that shit. Fuck that. I spend most of my time out of water. I can probably spend most of my time outside of a water park out of water, no problem.
Yeah. And I think like the last thing that I really thought about has nothing to do with like water park etiquette or whatever was I remember going when I was younger and we would just go and we'd hit up the slides like all the time, and there's like 3 or 4 different flights of stairs you have to go up to get to the slide, and they had like weight limits, but you're a kid so you never have to worry about that. Well, then when
Mhm.
you're a fat adult and you have to go up 4 flights of stairs and you have like a 6-year-old who's like, come on, let's do it, and you're like
Yeah. So you take the 3 minutes to climb the stairs. You wait in line for I don't know, 25 minutes. You slide down the slide in 20 seconds, and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, that seems like a total good use of my time.
Or you didn't pay attention at the
roller coaster
bottom,
light.
so you climb all the way up to the top, and you realize that the weight limit's like just barely below like how much you weigh, and you're like, all right, well at least I got exercise, so I'm gonna be slightly fatter, but it's like I'm too fucking fat to do this, and I just climbed up all those stairs for nothing.
The thing that also bothers me about water parks, especially in the summer, is that like there's probably tons of teenagers who work there, and they have probably fucked in all of those pools.
There's enough water to displace their cum, Smitty.
Yeah. I guess I never considered that, but I do find it funny that like you've got like these like 15, 16, 17-year-olds who like probably weigh like 80 pounds soaking wet. I'm like, how the fuck are you going to pull me out of the bottom of a pool? I don't trust you to do compressions and save my life at all. In fact, they just like walk around with their whistles in case they see a kid running. They just beep, and then they're like, quit running. And that's pretty much all they do.
Are you supposed to tip the lifeguard that saves your life?
It depends. Are they armed?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. I don't know if tipping would be the first thing that's on my mind after I got revived. Like, oh, wait, let me get my $5 bill out of my.
Let me give you
my,
$3.
Yeah,
Out of my wet shorts.
yeah, my wet shorts or my fucking waterproof fanny pack.
You just give him a handful of change, and then he's like, all right, fuck you. And he tosses you back in the pool.
Holds you back under.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
They check your insurance before they revive you, or what?
That's true. I mean, saving your life from drowning is technically healthcare. That shit shouldn't be free.
you look at your bill as you check out, and it's got like a $15,000 fee on there.
Yeah.
Get the itemized bill from when you got your chest pounded on.
By some 16-year-old who
Yeah, by
like
a
probably
16-year-old.
just got like the bare minimum as far as CPR goes.
Who's texting her on TikTok the entire time they're in that class.
Mm-hmm.
And while they're reviving you.
Yeah.
And the thing that you get pissed off about most is that a Snickers in the mini bar was $15.
Hey guys, I'm reviving this fat douche. Don't forget to like and follow. We're gonna do some chest compressions. Maybe we get him breathing again.
They get some stupid like anime techno song in the background as they speed up the video of them just doing like this shit on your chest.
Yeah, it's got like some
And
fucking techno
annoying
song with like
voice.
the chipmunk voice behind it.
Or like the TikTok voice that comes in, like saving a fat douche at the water park.
It's like, stay tuned for part 3.
Yeah.
It says watch till the end,
Does
but
he-
nothing fucking exciting happens.
Does he live?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Sir, I wasn't recording. I need you to go back under the water for just a little bit.
Mm. That's got to be so embarrassing, drowning, because everybody knows you
Oh, yeah.
drowned. Like, because every time
Just
that
let me
like somebody
die,
gets
right?
fished out of the deep end of a pool, a crowd gathers. I'd just rather be dead then. I don't want to, be the focal point of somebody's day.
Oh, for sure.
Lifeguard pulls you out of the water, starts patting your back so you burp all the water out of your lungs.
He tries a few different positions.
I'm pretty satisfied. That place.
I would
is
rather
nice.
go to any natural body of water over a water park.
Agreed, because
Totally.
the thought of like walking around barefoot on like tile that God knows how many people have walked on barefoot.
Dude, it's straight up
That
concrete.
makes me want to vom a little bit.
And they don't even like sand it sometimes. So depending on like how you're stepping, you're like, my feet are fucking raw. It's gross.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna be like one of
super
those-
slippery.
You're gonna be like one of those weirdos that wears shoes in the water. That's stupid.
Well, like, why would so the tiles that they put around like pools and stuff, when they get even slightly wet, why are they still so goddamn slippery? Why have we not invented tiles that aren't slippery when wet?
That's an important question, my friend.
Yeah,
And that's
why
one
don't
that I can't answer.
why don't you engineer that shit?
Yeah.
because I'm dumb as fuck, dog.
Like
Hell
the only
yeah.
equivalent that I can think of is like when you go to like Six Flags or something, like a really big water park, and it's surrounded by that like almost spongy kind of material.
Yeah, that's true. I will say with like Six Flags and stuff, since it's like a water park built on to like a theme park, I don't feel so bad about just like popping into a water park every once in a while. Because like sometimes they have like water rides and stuff, So it'll be like the people who are, not solely going to the water park mixed in with the people who are just in bathing suits. So like that's fine. Like I'm okay with that, but like I would never spend an entire day in a fucking water park.
Yeah, it's like you do like an hour's worth of swimming, and then it's like, cool, I'm gonna go sit on the patio chair, drink a beer, and have a snack, and it's 10 a.m. Like I'm pretty much done for the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get sunburned by myself while pretending to have a good time.
Right.
You got that one spot on your back that you didn't get, and at the end of the day, you just have like this fucking isosceles triangle of red just patched right on the middle part of your back.
That, or it's the like you have your towel draped over your shoulders, so it just doesn't get that part, but like all around it.
Yeah.
Or depending on if the sun's like setting at your back, you're sitting on one of those patio chairs that's got like the slats in it, and it just gets like a bunch of rectangles on your back.
My wife last summer had was rocking the Apple Watch a lot when we would like go on hikes and shit. And by the end of the summer, she had a super good Apple Watch tan line.
Oh yeah, I like to do it as a joke and draw like a little face on it every now and then.
Oh, you got one of those too?
Yeah, if I forget my watch, and then my wrist just looks like super white at that part, I'll just take a pen and outline where it was and draw like a watch face. It gets a laugh like a quarter of the time.
There we go.
That's enough for me.
You satisfied, Scott?
Yeah, baby.
All right, it's time for this week's mid-show segment, episode 2 of Funny or Dumb.
Is it funny or is it dumb?
Welcome to Funny or Dumb, the show that analyzes, the mid-show segment that analyzes whether or not something is funny or dumb. This week's Funny or Dumb segment brought to you by Smitty. Smitty, what you got?
So my funny or dumb, I don't have a whole lot of context to this, other than my wife and I were high, and we, I don't know which one of us came up with this, but the concept of a bumper sticker that says the words "Pesto Mommy" on it. Like some Italian bitch from the suburbs, like
you suburbs.
Yeah, some lady, some very white lady has a bumper sticker that just says "Pesto Mommy."
I like that as a parody.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people have like Dog Mom or Proud Mom of a 3rd grade honor student or some shit.
Yeah,
Gnocchi Daddy.
No, Gnocchi Daddies.
I think it would be funny to see in like a big semi truck, just some,
Pesto Mommy on
some big burly dude just gets out.
Yeah, I'm Pesto Mommy.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
When you guys came up with that, were you like dying on the couch laughing about it?
Oh yeah, we almost shit ourselves together when we thought
Together.
of that. Yeah. And then we were just like walking around the house, stimming, just saying like "Pesto Mommy," and then just like howling with laughter.
Y'all
again.
made fun of me for stimming Michael Jackson's "Hee Hee."
No, it's funny. That's fair.
Exactly.
It's
when
totally
you get a
cool.
moment, when you fucking get a moment like that, you can't help but stim.
Yeah, your
I have
brain
a
gets in a
question.
lock, and you just can't stop, just like repeating the same shit, and you just get more and more enjoyment out of it until you hit like a tipping point where then it's not funny anymore.
And that's a very steep tipping point because it goes from like super funny to, I get no joy out of this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like very
Sometimes
fast.
it wraps back around too, though. What's that, Rico?
You call her Pesto Mommy in bed now?
No, my wife.
Not yet.
Pesto Mommy and Gnocchi Daddy.
See, when you say gnocchi daddy, it sounds way too close to milk me daddy.
It's double entendre.
Yeah.
Or
No, but
something.
I was imagining. I mean,
Menage a
I could draw a bumper sticker that just says "Pesto Mommy," and it's got like the pesto part is in like, I don't know, like green, like bold block text with like little like texture in it, and then the mommy part is in like Times New Roman, and it's like pink and sparkly.
How are you spelling mommy?
How would you spell it otherwise?
Like
MOMMY. dude.
MAMI.
Yeah, is it?
No,
Do you have an
like
I
that.
in there or
No, MOMMY, the
Hmm.
conventional spelling.
I haven't hit that tipping off point yet, Smitty, so I'm ruling funny, at least until I ruin it.
Yep.
Pesto Mommy?
Pesto Mommy gets a funny for me.
Still
Cool.
funny.
Cool. It's so fucking like it.
It's so stupid. It's funny.
Right. And I feel like a lot of the stuff we're going to discuss in this segment over the course of however long we do this shit is gonna fall pretty squarely in both categories to some
Yeah.
degree.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There we go. Pesto mommy ruled funny.
Good stuff.
Rico, did you rule, or did I,
ruled
just not hear
funny,
you?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rico rules.
Rico, do you rule?
That's
I
Big
don't
Daddy's
know.
pesto
I'm sure he's
mommy
still
over
out.
there.
Rico, correct me if I'm wrong here. As we move on from this
Mhm.
segment, I'm seeing some blue lights behind you. The listeners can't hear
So
this.
is
Is there
he?
a cop?
He's
Is there
just now noticing
is
it.
there a cop going by your house, Rico?
Someone's pulled over in front of my house.
Uh-oh.
Dude, you should make fun of him.
Go disarm them and arm a bathroom attendant.
Yeah, go steal a cop's gun.
Go steal his gun, Rico.
We go do it Hitman style, just like
Go do
crouch
it,
behind
pussy.
his car and he opens it up. Hit him with a dildo in the back of the head.
You throw the briefcase at him and it
Yeah.
like spins and then follows him.
Just, fucking perfect spin.
Slap
Back
a
of the
bumper
dome.
sticker on the back of the cop car that says pesto mommy.
Like the cart narcs.
Mm. Mhm, mhm.
That would be good.
Rico, you have one question on your question list. Is that correct?
I have one question.
Is it good
That I
or is it
consider-
meh?
It's on the decent list, but it's not
Oh,
funny.
oh, that's right. Sorry. Decent or meh?
How many lists does he have? He's got decent and funny, decent,
I-
not funny, meh.
It's like
I
it's
have-
like the quadrant meme where it's just like
Yeah.
you have the y-axis is funny or not funny, and then the x-axis is decent and meh.
I have a call-outs bullet as well that I added the other day. I was doing some Wikipediaing. You guys gave me shit for calling the lips labia majora, like Majora's Mask, and that's totally what I was referring to. It is a thing.
I knew it was
I
a
was
thing.
like, you
It's
know,
just
you
funny.
motherfuckers, I think that it is actually a thing. So I looked it up.
Rico's just retaliating against us. He's
course
like, here's
I
all
did.
my grievances I have against the other three hosts.
Yeah.
Well, as we established, he's finally listening to the show, so now he's taking some notes.
Yep.
So that way he could say the things he was thinking like 4 episodes ago, but never spoke up about.
Right. I'm like a walking, 10-day late comeback man, basically.
There's a new segment, Rico's grievances, or Rico's letters to the editor.
You know, I need something.
That'll be your mid-show segment, Rico.
Perfect.
Dear Dave, here are my
Rico's-
issues with the last 4 episodes.
We'll forget all the context to his points. We're like, all right, buddy.
Yeah, right.
We'll see you next week on Rico's letters to the editor.
You were like the perfect definition of the guy that's like in the shower thinking about his arguments from like 3 weeks ago.
fucking am.
It's like, fuck, man, I should have said this.
Rico's like, 2
Fucking am,
gallons
dude.
is not too much milk.
Yeah.
It's not too much
If
milk
anything, it's
between
not
shopping
enough.
trips.
Fuck, I should have said that. I would have got him so hard.
I'm just sitting here like, sure.
Rico, what's your question?
Can you summarize that for me, Smitty?
It's not too much milk. It's an extreme amount of too much milk. You weird motherfucker.
It's an amount of milk that should definitely have gone bad by its expiration date.
Rico, what's your question before the cops arrest you? Because I still see those lights flashing on your white wall behind you.
Are you
Yeah.
getting swatted, right, Rico?
I might be, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, this one's not really funny, but what do you guys do or not do out of principle? These things that people say, I do this out of principle. It might not always be rational, potentially. My scenario is that I will never pre-order video games because, I mean, I primarily play on PC. And a lot of PC games are ported from console games, and some companies have a habit of doing really shitty jobs
Oh yeah, for sure.
at that, to the point where like they're not playable on launch, basically. But just the idea of like giving companies money before you even know if the game is good or not, or if it runs well or whatever, is just very stupid to me, because you're going to spend the same amount of money and get like an in-game hat or something out of it.
Yeah, but that hat
it
is
just-
super fucking cool though.
that is true, yeah. But it just incentivizes companies to do a shitty job because they know that they're gonna get paid no matter what they do with the game.
See, like if it's a company that like if it's a small like indie company, like if the dude who made Stardew Valley had like a pre-order thing for like his next game, I don't necessarily think I'd buy into it, but like that would be one situation where I'd be like, I'm a little tempted, just because like the first game he made was quality, and it's just like one or a couple people. It's not like this big AAA studio, but at the same time, I do technically take it a step further most of the time with this sort of thing by like I never buy a video game like as soon as it comes out, because usually there's going to be like a day one patch that is like massive that fixes a ton of stuff that should have been fixed before it came out anyway. And also, I don't want to pay like $65 for a video game.
I don't.
So
see
there
them
are
avoiding that
very
anymore.
few chances. There are very few reasons for me to buy a video game like within the first couple months it's out anyway.
For me, it's I don't want to do it because it defeats the. I don't know. Like I thought of pre-ordering like back in the day when we were in like middle school and stuff, when you had to get like there's only a certain amount of discs made and games weren't really downloadable content. Like that's when I was like, yeah, I can understand the pre-order, so that way like you can actually get it. And nowadays it's all downloadable content, so it's like, why the fuck would I pre-order it? Like I'm gonna buy it.
There's only so many electrons though, dude.
Yeah.
A finite amount of electrons.
Yeah.
I totally did pre-order back in the day as well, Scott. Same line of thinking. My mentality definitely shifted when I got over to PC gaming, but yeah. But like people pre-ordered the Pokemon game, right? At least like I have a couple buddies who did. And it's from like a game studio who has put out games historically that are good. They follow like a formula. They don't like shake. I mean, they shake things up sometimes, but like often do it in a kind of a shitty way. But they usually run well enough. But the newest one runs like dog shit, even like several months later, and it just runs horribly. And I don't know, like you can't like trust any gaming company. I feel like to put out good versions of games now because people just give them money no matter what.
Pretty much, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, just
Stuff you
curious
do
if
or
you guys
do not
have
do out
similar
of
examples.
principle.
I
solely stuff you don't do out of principle, or
Do or
well,
don't do.
Okay, yeah.
I'm staunchly anti-advertising where I can avoid it. So if my phone drops an ad, I'll hard close the app that was showing me an ad. If my television is playing an ad, I will mute the TV or turn the volume down or just like shut it off or just
That's
like look
right.
at my phone or like whatever I can do to avoid an ad at any time, I will typically do. Because fuck
Fucking
you.
A, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Same.
I
The
don't know
muting
if I
just
I don't remember if I
feels so
told
like.
this on. Never mind, Rico. Sorry about that.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say the muting ads on TV just feels so good. You're like, I'm not gonna fucking listen to you, bitch.
Have you
can't
guys
fool me.
seen the that image of a patent? And I believe it was a McDonald's patent that initially was making its rounds on Reddit a few years ago. And I'm looking it up right now.
Was it where you have to like yell the ad in front of the TV?
Correct. So it was a Sony patent that proposed that viewers skip commercials by yelling the brand name at the TV. Snopes says that's true. So apparently there was a proposed patent. So the guy in the image, there's like a burger on a TV screen, and he gets up off the couch, raises his hands, and says McDonald's. And that's the only way to fucking skip the ad.
It seems like some kind of juvenile game they'd play with like first graders. That's
Straight
fucked
up. If I
That's what
found
they
out
think
my
you are,
TV was making me do that, or like even giving me the option, because you could probably just sit through the ad instead of just skipping it. Like I would probably take that TV back, because like I don't want to be beholden to that bullshit.
Do you think they would make that on the hardware or like the software though? I can't imagine it's just like the TV forces the ad,
Well, I've
or
seen
then, like the
there
app
are some
that you're watching.
like, some TVs now that come with advertisement, like smart TVs and stuff. Like you can't get rid of the advertisements, and that's shitty. I hate that. But the fuck are you supposed to do about it? Like unless you like jailbreak the TV itself, which I wouldn't even know how to even start doing something like that. But
I've seen a lot of examples of video games, and mostly in like sports games, NBA, MLB, NFL, where there's advertisements that are in the game itself. And I don't know if it's I mean, it is kind of realistic because sports is riddled with ads. But essentially, like if you're playing an NBA game and you take a timeout, they'll tell you like they're like, oh, the Houston Rockets are taking our Snickers timeout or some shit like that, which
Man,
is
fuck
kind
off.
of
Like,
dumb in a video
make up
game.
some funny parody ads instead. How about that?
I would dig that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Much better alternative.
There's
Even if
they
they're
did
not
it.
funny, at least like fake ads.
They did that in like Grand Theft
gives a
Auto
shit?
quite a bit, and I still didn't care for it. Like the second one of them came out, I'm like, no, fuck this. I don't want to hear anything.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah. I don't know. Advertisements suck though. Well, I mean, we've talked to death about advertisements sucking ass. But I totally am on board with that, Dave. Absolutely.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's my example.
Yeah, I have
think that's
absolutely
something I do.
nothing coming to mind right now.
I'll add another one since none of you boys have anything in the old noggins.
Yeah. Go ahead, dude.
You have to say it like that. So
Since there's nothing's moving in the old heads of yours. I'm one of those assholes that will not, out of principle, get out of the way for drivers that are driving like pieces of shit. And I know that's probably not a hot take and everyone would agree with this. But if there's someone like riding my ass, I'm not speeding up for you. I'm
That's
not moving.
fair.
I'm not moving over to the right if I'm trying. Like a lot of times, like I'll be in the left lane and I'm actively passing someone, and I'll be going like 78 because out in Colorado the speed limit's like 75 everywhere. So I'll be going like 78, and the guy in the right lane is going like 73. So I'm passing him, but I'm passing him at a modest speed.
Mhm.
And then a truck, usually with a Texas license plate, because everyone that fucking has a Texas driver's license license plate drives like a fucking asshole out here. Barrels behind me, starts riding my my sweet tender ass, and either A, expects me to speed up to pass, or B, move over to the right and then let him pass and then do my pass. Like I'm not gonna fucking do it.
Yeah. Just pass normally as you were.
So, like, generally out of principle, like if I'm passing somebody and somebody rolls up on me, like going way faster than I am, I'm not going to speed up my pass. But also, if like I'm on a 1-lane road or like even on the highway and somebody's like driving aggressively, I'm going to do everything I can to like get away from them. And usually that means like pulling a little bit over to like encourage them to move and like pass me. Because like I'm not going to get into like a power struggle with some asshole on the road. Because if some asshole's got nothing to lose and they're driving some big ass truck, like fucking do what you got to do to get around me, because I don't want to be near you.
it's weird for me because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll pull over, like especially if like out here in Colorado, some of the like the winding mountain roads have like some pull offs. I'll like pull over a little bit and let them pass because like I'm not gonna go barreling down like a steep elevated road. And there's some people that drive pretty fucking recklessly on those things, so I'll like just pull over and let them pass me. But also at the same time, there's some people where I'm like, I'm personally gonna go slow in front of you just to fucking piss you off. Like, I really want to be a dick to those people.
See, like I've done that, and in the moment, I'm just like, haha, take that, asshole. Like, I like you're being shitty. I'll be shitty back to you. But then, like, I think about it, and it's like how I don't really want to encourage road rage.
Yeah,
Like, even if it feels kind of good to be like wind somebody up because they're driving aggressively, like I don't want to be involved in that. I would rather them to just like, you know, zoom around me, give me the finger, fucking whatever. Just get away from me. Especially if I have like other
Yeah.
people in the car too. Like if it's just myself, like, you know, I try to drive like I've got my dogs in the car, you know.
yeah.
I
I think one of the other things that I do, like out of principle, like especially when I'm hiking out here, is like I'll always try and like move off to the side and let people pass. Because a lot of times on hiking trails, there's not a whole lot of room for people to walk side by side. But like if you're on like a sidewalk or like at the shopping mall or something, and there's like a group of people that are like walking like horizontally in a row, taking up way more space. At that point, I make it a principle not to move because it's like, fuck you. I have every right to walk here as you do. You know, like it's kind of horseshit that there's some people that just think that that space belongs to them. So I like try and balance the let me like step off to the side and be polite and let you pass versus like, fuck you. I have the right to walk on my side of the sidewalk too.
I'll move out of the way for hikers too, Scott. Mostly just because, like, typically I don't like to hear them when I'm trying to be out in nature, and not hearing people is kind of what I'm there for.
Mm-hmm.
And either A, I hear their voices, or they're talking to their friend or whatever, and that's fine. I mean, that's usually what I'm out there doing. Some of them will also, like, fucking play music on their phone speaker.
Yeah, I hate that.
And I'm just trying to be out there enjoying the sounds of nothingness. So, yeah, I'll let those fuckers
Animals.
pass.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm satisfied.
Are you satisfied?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Smitty, do you have a funny question?
I have a question that mocks you.
Let's hear it.
Your
Fuck yeah,
goddamn
dude.
airport questions.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm ready. I don't.
So my question
I don't think I've
is-
ever had a question mock me before.
Yeah. So my
We've
question
ripped on
is,
Scott. We've ripped on Rico. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
a little bit of context here, guys. I was at the airport.
Do your
As you
best, Dave. Do your best, Dave.
Yeah. I was thinking of being at the airport, you know, with the airplanes going up and down, and you know, being there with all the weird people, especially people who wear pajama pants to the airport. Oh fuck, is that Milkus? Milky? How is that? Is it good?
Dave's just using this as a tool. Keep mocking him. He's just
Oh,
trying
shit,
to get you
he's
off this
distracted
path.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Drinking milk is at the airport.
No, being at the airport, it got me thinking about the reckless, prideful nature of man and his need to trespass upon God's domain above the clouds. So my important question is, how will our species be punished for our hubris? It's fucking stupid. It's so
Good question,
fucking dumb.
Dave.
Well, Dave,
Yes, Dave.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are we all going to hell?
Oh,
Is
your
that how-
brains are
how
fucking
humanity
empty
is?
and shit. I guess I'll provide some input. I got no input.
Yeah.
You just want to do your Dave impressions? Rico, do you want to go next?
Not really.
I would say that.
No, my real question is, are we all going to hell? All four of us.
God, I hope so.
Probably.
Just the four of
Deserve it.
us?
Well, I mean, just like in general, are we among the probably billions of people who will be going to hell? Are we on that train?
Yeah.
Yeah, just looking at some of our past episodes will tell you that, I think.
What, the 6 that are out?
Yeah, the other ones.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to hell, dude.
yeah, probably.
sure.
cool. Cool.
It's going to be hot down there. It's going to be smelly.
Is it going to
We're
smell
going to
like,
be legends.
like ass?
Like ass. Like
Does
farts.
the
a
Like
legend
legend
of
of
sulfur.
hell
hell
just-
just smell like ass?
We'll just
Other
blend in
people's
with every
lifestyle.
other fucking douchebag that's down there.
And probably like literal douchebags.
How many people in hell do you think have fucking podcasts?
Probably most of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
As soon as you start up a podcast, they're like, all right.
Some people didn't start
piece
podcasts
of
till they
shit.
got to hell.
Welcome to the Hell Podcast. Welcome to Hotter Than Hell, where we take all of your hot takes.
Let me oh
So
god.
good.
You know what? This is a good opportunity, I guess, to rant about another podcast or 2 or 3.
Oh shit, are you
Um,
starting a beef already into this podcast career?
Yeah, why not? So I followed a few comedy podcasts on Instagram, mostly just because it's good marketing strategy or something. I don't fucking know. And I followed a couple of podcasts that I went into Spotify and then listened to. And I gotta say, there's way too many motherfuckers, and it's pissing me the fuck off here. Way too many motherfuckers that are riding that fucking I'm so edgy and, you know, cancel this motherfucker kind of mentality.
Oh, God.
Like I turn on the first fucking show I tuned into when I was looking at other shows before we went live with this show. They had a disclaimer. Like before a theme song, before anything else, it was like a really deep voice that was like, disclaimer, what you're about to hear is raw, uncut comedy. None of that careful PC bull crap.
Did they really say
We might
bullcrap?
offend you and we don't care.
Pretty much, Rico. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. They might have said bullcrap. I don't know. But when I think about podcasters in hell, that's exactly the kind of shit I'm thinking, where they're down there and just like, cancel this, Satan. I'm fucking raw and uncut, bro.
And then
I hate
Satan's
that.
like,
I hate
okay,
that.
dude, that's cool. Like, do you not get
Welcome.
enough attention from your parents? Is that why you took this route?
Satan's gonna be like, I don't want to talk to you. You're just gonna sit in like this pot of boiling water for all of eternity. Fuck off.
Yeah, right.
Give him some automated punishments. I don't have to deal with this asshole.
Satan's like, no, I will not go on your show.
The guy just has to listen to himself over and over again.
Like, it is such a hacky thing to be like, I don't care about getting canceled. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, great. Are you going to tell some jokes? Or are you just going to be an asshole?
They were mostly assholes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up here. Should I name the podcast? Should I name drop?
You
we don't give
can,
a shit.
but feel
Fuck 'em.
free to like bleep it out if it's like, well, no, fuck it. Do it. I don't give a shit.
All right, it's
Cancel this, uncancelable motherfuckers.
It's Outlaws Comedy Podcast.
I already hate the
if
name.
you-
Wow, that's a
if
hard
you-
ass name.
If you pull up the title image, it's a
No.
fat douche on the left blowing a fat vape cloud, and then a dude in the middle that looks like he's in the Matrix, and then a guy on the right that looks like Walmart Elon Musk. The
Bro, I'm gonna
description
cringe myself into
the
a ball
description
in the floor.
the description of their podcast is uncensored, unfiltered comedy podcast. We make fun of news topics and more you'll never hear about.
News
Join
topics
us.
and more.
Yeah, that's fucking
Join
original.
us
Wow.
and don't be a Karen.
Oh, that's
Bro,
what?
the
I
fuck?
I say
It's so fucking lame.
I say that you should still bleep their
Jesus.
name just so they don't get the traffic from hate, like from anybody that listens to the show that wants to check them out. I say like bleep the name, leave the descriptions. Everybody else will know like, yeah, that's fucking garbage. I'm not going to listen to that.
They have
I mean-
a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts
We
Yeah,
got a 5-star rating on Spotify. Fuck them.
with 2 ratings.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, we got half that, but still, fuck them.
It's so like it's just lame. It's like, it's if you're telling edgy jokes, great. Are they funny? Like not all humor is going to be towards the like everybody, right? Like you can't paint with a broad brush for humor, like because you're not going to make anybody happy. But also, if you're introducing yourselves as like the edgiest motherfuckers ever, like, okay, great, but are you funny?
No.
If you're a comedy podcast and you're making edge the main crown jewel of your podcast, like I think you're fucking up.
Is that podcast?
Because
funny
if
or
you're a
dumb?
comedy podcast, the crown jewel should be being funny, Like there are plenty of like, I mean, Norm Macdonald told some edgy ass jokes and he didn't really have politics that I vibed with, but like, at least he was funny.
Yeah.
Like
I
if
don't
you're going to be an edgy comedian needs to be the second most, well, at least the most important part of it,
I think you can't. You can be an edgy comedian, but the moment you call yourself the edgy comedian, you're no longer the edgy comedian.
Yep.
Right. Like,
It's like every
don't-
fucking comedian
be
and his
like
brother.
that.
Like
Come on, man.
Chris Rock just came out with a new special, and literally I love Chris Rock. I really do. I love his comedy specials. He's a funny guy. Even he came out and for the first 15 minutes of his new special, just bitches about how you can't tell jokes anymore. It's like motherfucker,
can't-
what are you doing? What are you doing on stage right now? What the fuck
Yeah,
are you
like,
doing?
Exactly. If you can't tell jokes anymore, then how are you still making money? How are you
Right.
still on stage? Like, I don't know. It's so dumb. And it's always like either these comedians who are established and have been around for a while who like are starting to hit the tail end of their career where it's starting to nosedive. So they've got to like revive their career. So they have to like remarket themselves as like the uncancelable blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Or it's like new guys who are coming on the scene who don't have any sort of history with comedy and they're just annoying edgelords.
Yeah.
And fine, whatever, but like, are you funny? That's what it comes down to. If you're going to be edgy, be funny first.
Yeah, I agree
Amen.
completely with that.
Like, Bill Burr doesn't do that shit. Well, he does it occasionally, but at least he's fucking funny.
See,
He does it ironically. He like rips
He
on it
does,
as he
because
does
like
it.
he's like got some pretty progressive politics. And like I've listened to his show before, and he does the boomer ass shit where it's like he talks about being people who get canceled or being canceled or blah blah blah, which is like whatever, fine. But at least he tells jokes, and at least most of them are funny.
See, I personally, and this is just my preference for comedians and comedy in general, I hate when they bring politics and shit into it. Like, that's when I feel like people are trying to be edgy. They're like, we know we're going to offend like 50% of the population. And I like Bill Burr, but there's a lot of his specialties. He's like, yeah, I was watching the Trump and Hillary, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, done. Turning it right the fuck off. I don't care. Like,
And that might be more like an escapist thing. Where it's like, I don't want to be reminded of how shitty the world is.
exactly. I don't
Yeah,
like.
at
I
least
want to
in
hear
that
a funny
aspect. I
story
get
about
that.
like how a dude like slipped on something and or, you know, some dumb bullshit. I don't want to hear anything about like politics and whatnot. Like, I don't know, because I think in their own definition, they're trying to be edgy in that fact. They're like, let me say something that's going to inherently offend a large population of people all at once. I don't.
Also, there's a
don't fucking
pretty big
care.
difference between like being edgy and just being like a racist asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
because
Yeah,
like
that's true.
usually like when some guy's like, we're, you know, you can't cancel us, or like, I'm gonna get canceled for this content. It's like usually code for like, okay, we're gonna be some real shitheads, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be like they'll be real shitheads, and then they'll like kind of pull back and be like, oh, but we're just joking, guys. And it's like, nah, man, like you're just being an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
great, but why are you hiding behind the veneer of comedy for that? Just be an asshole. Whatever.
I'd like to retract my statement. I don't think we're going to hell.
No,
We're better than those assholes.
I think as people we're probably better.
I would agree.
I don't know how funny they are. They might be hilarious, but
They're not.
Does hell
You-
operate
no.
on
I-
All right.
Nope.
Does hell operate
hate
on a
'em.
sliding scale where it's like, well, you guys aren't as bad, but you're still in hell.
you're funny.
So
I
Yeah,
mean
there's
they've
purgatory.
got circles, so
There's limbo. I think that's where the babies go, but whatever.
limbo.
Yeah, isn't that where the babies
that
go?
would be
all
that
the
would
aborted
be a
babies.
circle
they
of
go
hell.
to
You have
limbo.
to go there with all the crying dead babies. You're like, ugh,
That sounds awful.
yeah. It's like that, or listen to these guys' podcasts. It's like, give me the babies.
Like, we make edgy ass jokes, but I don't think they come from like a really bad place, right? Like, at least speaking for myself, if I make an edgy joke, it comes off more ironic than like actual, like a genuine belief I have.
I think you have to find yourself a little bit in a way, because I think back to like we've been friends for such a long time, and our humor has evolved in such a way to where I kind of like it a lot more now, and in the last several years I've liked it. When we demoed this show back in like 2015, good lord, we're going back like 8 years now. We were cringe as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Cringe, edgy, and kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And I think that's unavoidable. You just kind of have to find yourself. And maybe some people never escape it, just like the fuckers at Outlaw Comedy Podcast.
And beep beep beep.
I'm gonna print their pictures out and put them on a dartboard. But I'm not good at darts, so I'm just gonna keep missing, and there's just gonna be a bunch of holes around the dartboard.
And they remain untouched.
Yeah, they're
They
gonna
remain
be fine.
untouched because they're uncancelable.
Oh shit. No, I mean like I feel like as a person, I've definitely had like some really bad and pretty fucking harmful opinions about things. And I'm sure I've joked about those. And those jokes came from a place of like genuine like bad opinions.
Yeah.
And then like I use like, oh, I'm just joking, guys, as like a, as a way to like not make people mad. There's a concept that I read on the internet like a while ago, and it's super Reddit to say, but it's like Schrodinger's douchebag, where it's like if you tell a joke and somebody gets mad about it, like then you can be just like, oh, I'm just joking. But if nobody like gets mad about it, then you'd be like, yeah, I genuinely believe that shit.
Yeah, I get that. I get where you're coming with that for a lot.
I'm guilty of that.
Reading the
I'm
room.
certainly guilty of that
Yeah.
as like a younger person.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just it's cringe as fuck, dude. I hate it.
Yeah.
And
And also,
those
like
people
a lot of them
go
are
to
like,
hell.
you can't tell jokes anymore. You got to be like, jokes are inherently not politically correct. And it's like, okay, dude, then tell a joke. Like that's literally all it comes down to is like these guys will complain about shit, but then they won't tell jokes.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
They're going to hell.
fuck 'em.
Who else is going to
Everyone
hell?
Like most people from the state of Arkansas.
Arkansas, yeah. The child they passed child labor like retractions. They want fucking kids.
Oh,
to
was
go
that
work in the
Arkansas?
mines and die.
Wait,
yeah,
did
that
they
was
really?
Arkansas.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, dude, they just
Yeah.
like rolled back all their child labor regulations.
Jesus.
Yeah,
All of
it's
them?
fucked up.
Literally
a lot of
every
them.
single one.
What's like the minimum working age now there?
I think if you're under 16, you don't have to you do not have to register with the state now.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That's
All of a
pretty
sudden-
And then
sweet.
on the other hand, Minnesota just made it so any students anywhere in the state can get free lunch at school.
I saw that.
Well, that's cool.
That
So-
rocks.
They're not going to hell.
Yeah.
No,
I was going to say Nike
They're probably going to go to
and
hell for some other reason.
Nike and Apple are probably going to try and build up like a manufacturing facility up in Arkansas immediately.
yeah.
Mhm.
All those people who are like, no, it's good that child labor laws are gone, because when I was a kid at 10 years old, I was working in a garage somewhere to feed my family. And it's like, hey, man, that fucking sucks. You shouldn't have had to
Yeah.
do that.
It should suck for everyone else too.
Yeah. I turned out okay. Therefore, I want everything to be just as bad as when I was a kid.
I have black lungs, so should everybody else.
Yeah. And I turned out okay. Hack, hack, cough, cough.
Yeah. Fuck that.
You satisfied?
Cool. I guess. I don't know. This is a bad question. This is a really fucking bad question.
Yeah, but the question itself was funny.
That's not the kind of thing Dave would say.
Mocking
Oh.
Dave was funny.
Sign us out,
you,
Smitty.
Fucking
In the style of Dave.
If you like what you hear,
Hey, but before we do, Rico, I would like to pass the baton over to you for a second. Can you please summarize today's entire episode, start to finish?
It was good from the beginning to the end.
how many stars would you
that.
give this?
It was
on
good.
Your podcast directory of choice.
This episode or the podcast as a whole?
This episode first.
This episode,
Out of
like a 4.
400 stars, how many stars would you give
4 out of 400.
400
Yeah.
stars.
it? Yeah,
All the
And
other ones,
1%. There we go.
overall, like a 400, probably.
Out of
It's
how
a
many
perfect,
stars?
Perfect podcast.
Oh,
We are a perfect podcast. I
Yeah.
fucking agree.
mhm.
This one's a 4.
If you like what you hear, oh my God, Smitty, I do that, don't I?
Yeah, right. Every single episode.
Leave us a rating and possibly a review if you can on your podcast directory of choice. I've noticed more and more recently that I think they're doing away with like ratings. I think only Apple Podcast allows you to do like an actual review.
Yeah, Spotify took
most,
that shit away, I think.
yeah, most of them you could just like go in and click how many stars you want to give them. So fucking
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
So it's still a rating.
Why
And
the
if you're
fuck-
a Spotify, if
why
you're a
are
Spotify listener, hold
Why
on,
do
Smitty, one
goddamn
sec,
companies
one sec,
do this shit? I need to rate shit. I need to know if something is good. Like, how the
Removing
fuck
the downvote button.
YouTube removed the downvote button, and
Mhm.
like, why the fuck do you even have an upvote button then? Like, who gives a
Right.
shit,
Because
why does it
otherwise
matter
you're
at this
bullying
point?
people.
bro? Like, if
Can't
there
get
is a
me.
video that is like bad information, I need to fucking know it without
Yeah.
having to cross reference another website. You know, if I go to a CPR video and it's wrong, like I should be able to look at the like to dislike ratio, not have to be like, oh, you know, maybe I should check a different source before I have to give my grandma CPR.
YouTubing it as she's on the ground.
Yeah.
There was a story of a person that went to look up a CPR video on YouTube,
Their ads.
and there was fucking ads
God
on
damn
how
it.
to perform CPR video.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
But then,
But yeah,
like,
leave us a
fucking world
review
we
if you
live in.
can. But at the very least, click that little star. It takes nothing. God damn it, it takes nothing to click the star icon and click 4 or 5 or 3 or 2 or 1. But it
Not
takes
like really nothing.
it's a click. It's a click.
Sounds
You're
like a
not
lot of
fucking
work.
clicking. You fucking.
I mean, it
assholes.
costs electrons. There's only so many of those. but
Yeah.
Yeah, as we've established.
It's a
Waste
finite
those electrons
resource.
on us, though.
Submit your question or let us know something that you've done that's funny or dumb, and we'll let you know with our professional opinions whether it's funny or dumb. You could text or voicemail 708-433-9153. Go look in the show notes. The number's right there. Follow us on our socials at ImQuestionsPDC on Twitter, r/ImportantQuestionsPod on Reddit. No one's posted there as of the recording of this episode, so it's going really fucking well. And the Important Questions Podcast
I forgot
on
my
Instagram.
login for Reddit. I haven't even fucking remember that we have one.
Really fucking well. Oh, Jesus.
Someone will make that first post.
Yeah.
And
One of
it's
these
gonna be
days.
It'll
fucking.
just be one of us going
It's,
test.
it's either gonna be that or it's gonna be fucking Bo. Which reminds me, thank you to our Patreon donors for donating $1 a month to unlock bonus content. And if you want bonus content, it's patreon.com/the important questions. $1 a month donation will unlock a bonus episode once per month, including the month of April here. Our first bonus episode will be dropping. We got something real fucking special for you.
Thank you, Bo, and other
just one of
unnamed
you.
donor.
I was going to say, if one of you guys subscribes, that will double our income.
Not quite. We need 2 more
No?
subscribers on Patreon. We're up to 2.
Oh, do we have 2 now?
We have 2
Damn.
Patreonies, boners.
50% more income if one of you guys.
Oh, by the way, I'll post this. I'll post this in the show notes. But I've been meaning to make a shitty Photoshop here. Bo called in around episode 3. Go listen to episode 3. He left a voicemail and asked us an important question about Cocaine Bear. And I noticed that the word bear is 1 letter off from Bo. So I don't know which one of you motherfuckers wants to do this as I'm showing it to the camera in shitty lighting here. Can you
Cocaine
Photoshop
Bo.
Bo onto this and make a cocaine Bo?
You got a picture of Bo just right off the rip? You got something ready?
He should honestly send us one. What?
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm-
I don't
Bo,
know.
I'm going to be
Send us a
honest with
full
you.
Body shop.
I'm not going to Photoshop it. I appreciate you, but I'm not going to do that.
I might. He didn't ask. I'm saying I might.
Well, I know. Oh, I thought you meant like, would one of you guys do it? I'm like, no.
If
No,
you send
no.
us your face, Bo, we will Photoshop that shit on tons of things, including but not limited to Thanos cock.
He's got an Instagram, you know.
Does
You
he?
just find his. Yeah, you just find his face.
I'm not going to be that rude.
All right, we'll consent. You pick the picture you like, and we'll use that one. Any final thoughts, boys?
Bo, if you send us a picture of your penis, we'll put that on Thanos cock too.
On the head.
Yeah.
But we're preserving that purple cock. We don't
Oh,
touch
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Maybe turn his fingers into Bo's cock.
Yeah. Just not the cock.
Right.
Any final thoughts, boys?
What
Not
kind of
really.
dumb shit are we going to talk about for post-roll content?
I guess we're going to find out, but stick around, find out what the fuck we talk about if it makes the cut. If not,
It's just
we'll
theme
see you next
song.
week.
Try and cancel this Karen. The cancel it or the don't cancel us or we can't cancel. That shit really bothers me. It's so dumb.
It's so fucking dumb.
It's so like it's clearly pandering to a specific audience.
That's like
again,
the same,
these motherfuckers are on like Spotify and Apple and all these other public platforms that are available for the whole goddamn world to listen to.
Right.
And they're on there like, we can't say the things we're about to say. It's like, oh, really? Well, you're fucking saying it. You're
Like-
fucking saying like minimally edgy bullshit, and you're
Yeah.
out there trying to act like, oh, you guys are the outlaws. You go fuck yourselves.
It's like
Yeah,
the same
like-
type of energy as like the guys who be like, anybody want to fucking fight me? Nobody can fucking take me. You know, like some shit
Right.
like that.
It's like, okay, dude, go away.
Very middle school bully of you, you pathetic fuck.
Yeah. And it's like,
Right.
we're going to get canceled for what we're going to say. What are you going to say? Are you going to say the N word a bunch of times? Is that what you're going to get canceled for?
Bro, I hope you get canceled. It makes you shut the fuck up. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell
That's
yeah.
the thing. It's like,
I
we
wish
got
they would
canceled. And
cancel
it's like,
these
why are you fucking talking
motherfuckers.
then? Why are you
Right.
still
You know-
recording shit? Nobody wants to
Yeah.
hear you, clearly.
You should cancel people that just fucking aren't funny.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Podcast gets taken off the air instantly. No.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
For what it's worth, like, we're not always funny, but we are at least human. We're not some, like, weird ghoul who's going to, like, make fun
That's
of,
a low
like-
bar.
I know, right? It is a
We're
low
not
bar.
funny, but we're humans.
Do you have a podcast?
For what it's worth,
Are you
being a
cringe?
good person,
Are you
being a
funny?
good person, there's a low bar for that.
Rico, I'm happy the cops didn't come and arrest you.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't see the blue lights anymore, so I think you're in the clear.
I closed my blinds.
Oh,
That might be why.
I'm not going to deal with this shit.
He's resisting arrest by closing his blinds.
Yeah.
SWAT team's like, we want to go
Worked
in,
so
but we
far.
don't know where the fuck he is.
yeah.
Some
Was that
SWAT guy knocks on the window. Hey, You can't do that. Open those up, young man.
Fuck.
I'm on the second floor. You'd have to be on a ladder.
He's rappelling down, and he's politely asking you to open the window.
He's rappelling down.
Like
Knocking
radio
on the window with his foot.
He's radioing to the other guy in the back. He's like, he's got blinds down here too, sir. Fuck.
Shit's impenetrable.
It's gone. The cops didn't have any sort of object permanence.
They're like fucking infants.
Yeah. Like the criminal just covers his face like he's playing peekaboo, and the cops are like, what the fuck happened to him? They're waving their guns around. And somebody walks into another room. Sergeant, where'd you go?
Cop puts his gun in his holster and forgets there's a gun.
Ooh,
Where'd it go?
That's edgy, bro.
Shut up.
So stupid. I still opt for the 5 minutes of silence. Yeah.
Do we need to be here for that, though? Or do you just want to, like, run just background noise and hear my dog barking in the background?
TV static.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could run my fan.
Me walking around while I'm like trying to do dishes and stuff before the night's over, and it's just me going, motherfucker, should have put this in the dishwasher earlier, stupid piece of shit.
Just like clinking silverware and stuff. You just put the microphone right next to the washing machine for 5 minutes. That'll be good.
Scott, I had that experience today, actually. I made mashed potatoes last night, and I didn't clean out the pot I made mashed potatoes in. So they were all just fucking like glued to the side of the pot this morning.
Yeah, I'm staring
So it's
at
now soaking in the sink, but yeah, I swore at myself.
I'm staring at a sink full of dishes today, and I'm like, I should be mad at myself, but I'm going to curse myself real good tomorrow.
There you go.
You ever soak a pot in the dishwasher, not the dishwasher, in the sink, just because you don't feel like washing it later? You're like,
isn't that why
yeah,
everybody nobody
soaker
fucking
myself.
soaks a pot to actually get the stuff off of it? Like,
I do
unless
like
it's been
25%
caked-
of the time.
Yeah,
unless it's been
I
caked on there
fucking
for
do.
days. But if you really I don't know. I feel like you should just fucking wash it right away.
I had a pot of like macaroni and cheese, and like it still had like the residual like sauce in there, and that was like adhered right to the metal, and it's like I don't want to fucking scrub this shit off.
See
So,
that I was
just
happy
left it.
I did that a little bit. Like I scrubbed all the hard stuff off and then just left it sit in the sink. I didn't like completely wash it. I just ran it under water and made sure it didn't get caked on there. And I'm like, cool, that's as far as I'm fucking going.
Yeah.
We have
It works, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The head on our sink faucet has like the jet thing or whatever, like the two settings where it's like super high powered. So I always do that before I even eat. So it just kind of comes right off.
Nice.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, but I make food when I'm hungry. I don't have time for that.
That's interesting.
Every
point, Dave.
meal is a last minute meal.
Yeah. I do hate when I do this to myself, especially if there's only like one pot or pan, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll get it in the morning or something. And then I go to make dinner and I'm like, that's the one pot I need. Like that's the perfect size to make this. And I'm like, God fucking damn it.
You guys have like pot lids that don't quite fit.
Uh-huh.
And like every time you use them, you get a little bit annoyed. It's like, motherfucker, this shit is gonna like the condensation is gonna collect at the top of the lid and then drip down the sides.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Smitty, I have that, but I also have pot lids that do fit, but I just don't want to fucking find it.
I also have pot lids that do fit, but like you get a pot that's small and then you just get the big ass lid they put on top. 'Cause I'm like too lazy to get the small.
That one I haven't done. I use a lot of the stuff that was furnished by my apartment. So like most of my actual pots and pans and whatnot are in storage, and they have no good in between. Like they got like a small pot for like, I don't know, like I'll use it when I want to like when I was making the Jack Daniels like glaze, like I used that. It's like it's small enough. Or you have like the big fucking pot, and it's like there's no in between like whatsoever.
There you go.
Like that small one's good for like a can of soup, and then the other one's like good for making a pot of stew. And there's no like good middle to where I could like make mac and cheese and feel good about it.
Yep.
That
Sucks,
sucks, dude.
You ever like make something in the wrong pot? Just like you ever make scrambled eggs in like a like not
Cast
a pan,
iron
like no,
skillet?
like not a cast iron, but like you make it in a saucepan versus like an actual like
Colander.
Yeah, colander. I don't even know what I'm fucking talking about, dog. But
I haven't used. I don't know.
do you know what I mean? I don't even know if I know what I mean. But no, like versus
Yes.
so, so like saucepan
Make
is
soup on a
like
griddle.
smaller but taller, right?
Fuck yeah,
Yes, the raised edges.
Regular pan is wide and flat,
Yeah,
right? You ever make something in the wrong type of pan?
I have.
Make pizza in a cupcake tin.
Correct. Yeah.
If they're bagel
Yes.
bites, that works. I have one like. I guess it's kind of like a saucepan, like that. The sides are a little bit higher, but the nonstick stuff on the bottom's like coming up. So I don't like to cook in it because I don't know what kind of shit I'm gonna be introducing into my body. But it also just sticks to the fucking pan really bad. So I like every now and then I'll grab that one, I'll like throw it on the stove, and I'm like, wait a minute, I shouldn't be using this. And I'm
Why
not
don't
gonna
you
throw
throw it out?
because it's not mine. I'm gonna keep it back in the fucking apartment. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna live here after hopefully a couple months.
Okay.
Rico-
I mean, you might want to take that out of the circulation, though.
Now I'll let them worry about that. It's not my judgment.
Okay.
Rico, you just mentioned soup in a griddle, and that brings me to the world's first post-show segment: genius or dumb.
Is it
Genius.
or is it dumb?
Welcome to Genius or Dumb.
Soup in a griddle?
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Tell me if this is genius or dumb. What if you just added flour to soup until it became like the consistency of dough, and then you just made fucking soup bread?
You really want to do that on a skillet though?
No, I'm no, but scoop on a skillet inspired me to like, how would you do that and make it work? Well, yeah, I guess you could like harden it up
Like
with some
that?
flour.
Yeah, I got this fucking
Right?
can of clam chowder. I'm gonna keep throwing flour in it and hope it bakes up into a nice clam loaf.
Yeah,
You
dude.
shit.
I'm gonna
dumb
make
as fuck.
tomato
It's-
soup
how do you know? Have you ever fucking done it?
Fucking do it.
No, I know
Yeah.
for a
You
fact.
probably
it's
have the
all-
ingredients at
okay,
home.
okay. Smitty said
Insanity is the
fucking
mother of
soup bread, bro.
invention. So
Smitty did say something mildly intriguing though. If you take like a tomato bisque or a tomato soup, make a tomato bread out of it, and then make that into grilled cheese, it's
I didn't say that. What are you fucking talking about?
no. You said the tomato. I heard you say tomato.
Maybe it was a
soup,
dream.
and then
I said
inspired-
tomato pancakes.
Okay, well you said tomato. We were talking about soup. I heard tomato soup. You can make that
Yeah,
into
true,
grilled cheese. That
grilled
part would be
cheese.
okay.
They
Okay,
wouldn't
so
rise
you
very
make
well, though. It'd be
two-
like crepes.
Well, I mean, you could add some yeast.
That's
yeah.
too many steps, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if
So
we're gonna
flour
make
and
soup bread, we
yeast?
may as
All right,
well
bud.
fucking go all out.
You may as well not do it on a griddle too.
Well, yeah, make it in a bread loaf then.
You might as well just make
Genius.
soup.
The answer's
Fucking
genius.
clam chowder
Do it.
pancakes.
Do it right now.
Fucking dip
What
your
would be
soup
the
bread into
worst?
fucking soup.
What would be the worst kind of soup to turn into bread of all things?
Oh.
Like lentil soup?
yeah,
Lentil bread would
because
be
they're already
split
kind of like
egg.
grainy as
Yeah.
is.
I've never had. Have you guys had gazpacho? Is it good?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, like the cold
The
soup.
Mm-mm was
Yeah,
I
the
don't know
cold
what
Like
it
soup.
is.
cold. It's like salsa, but cold.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
I
all
think
raw
those are red.
vegetables.
Bread soup.
Yeah,
I feel like if you took like some like Chinese and Japanese soups that have like the egg and everything in there, I feel like they would
Ramen
just
bread.
it would boil down and be so fucking salty.
Take miso
Probably.
soup and just keep adding like
Saltine.
rice flour to it. I don't know. Ugh.
Report back, Dave.
boys, I'm gonna see if I have a can of soup in my cabinet, and
And a
I-
shit ton of flour and a clean skillet.
I have
Use-
flour.
Gonna
Use
smack that
condensed
flour
soup,
face.
so you don't have to worry too much about boiling
There
off
you
all that
go.
water.
I mean, condensed soup's already thick, so I would have to add less flour. So
Right, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
okay.
But you still need it to be bready. It's not that it's thick, it's that it's bready.
Put some milkus in it.
How about some breadcrumbs and olive oil?
It adds some texture to it.
Breadcrumbs and olive oil,
Yeah.
Just like your
like
deviled
my-
eggs.
like my deviled eggs that we referenced in a previous episode. I'm gonna
But
do
there's
it,
gotta
boys.
be
I'm
some
gonna make
soups
soup
that'd
bread.
be okay. Like I think tomato, like if you make like a tomato soup crepe, like I don't think it'd be that good, but I don't think you could do much.
I
worse.
disagree. I think that
You
think
think
that
it'd be
shit
good?
could be really good.
Maybe. I mean, if it's hot, like I guess
Dude.
also
Melt some cheese in that.
French onion.
Oh yeah, dude, French onion bread.
You're gonna become the next
Make-
ordinary sausage, but you're gonna be like, will it soup?
You take
Or
the
will it
French
bread?
onion soup.
Will it
French
bread?
onion soup, you add tons of flour to it, make it into a loaf, you cut a hole in it, you put French onion soup in the French onion soup loaf.
Yeah, but what if it was all bread? What if it was just bread?
What if you took a loaf of bread and soaked it in a bunch of water and made soup out of it?
I don't.
And then had your friend
You
jump
make
on the
soup
bed.
bread, and then you can make bread soup.
I don't want to go to Dave's for dinner. He's like, guys, I grilled burgers. They're gonna be like really nice. And then I also have. I don't know why clam chowder always comes to mind, but then just sounds. Yeah, I got some lobster bisque bread, and it's gonna be great.
That sounds
Lobster bisque
good.
bread
Open
sounds
up a
pretty
store,
baller.
man.
That sounds pretty sick. I've never had seafood bread though, like bread that has like
A chunk of shrimp in it.
yeah. It'd probably be like a meaty bread. That would confuse the palate certainly.
My palate's confused.
Please
Going
be
over to
careful. If you
Smitty's
want-
for dinner. What are we having? Crepes? What kind? Cream of mushroom?
That sounds fucking
Gross.
bomb, dude.
Does it?
This bread is
Yeah,
not.
I don't know about that.
This bread's not gluten free, but it can't eat if you have a shellfish allergy.
I mean, I guess you could bread any liquid. We don't have to stop with soup.
Just spit my beer everywhere.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm gonna
Rico, do you wanna make some milk bread?
Well, milk bread's a real
They
thing.
do make beer bread.
Yeah.
You might as well
Yeah.
make like 7-Eleven Slurpee bread.
Yeah, you guys
I'm
are
gonna
proving
make
my
some-
point. They already
I'm
make
gonna
beer
make
bread. They
some
already make milk bread. Why
surge
did we fucking
bread.
stop there?
We're not. You're
Soup is
gonna
not
do it tonight.
milk.
We're not stopping.
I
They're
don't.
trying to cancel me, boys.
The SJWs are coming for us,
'Cause I'm
guys.
just-
If there's
too
anything
fucking
that
edgy.
somebody should be
This is
canceled
the-
over, this
We're gonna
might
get
be it.
deplatformed for this. They're gonna call our places of occupation and they're gonna get us fired for this content.
I'm already unemployed, so fuck them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
I don't feel good now.
Yeah,
Any
we should
po-
end it on that.
You need
Any,
some-
any,
you need some,
any post-show final thoughts, boys?
I'm unsatisfied.
You need
Hell
to get
yeah.
some chili bread.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yo.
That's what I said. Ooh.
That just sounds like
yeah.
fucking meatloaf.
It does.
It does, yeah. Are we reverse engineering meatloaf from a different angle?
If you make a stiff enough
French
meatloaf,
onion
you could
loaf.
essentially make a double down, but with meatloaf as bread.
Take chicken noodle soup. You add a ton of flour and yeast to it. Well, I mean, the noodles would basically disappear.
Yeah. Well,
chicken bread.
Chicken.
I don't know.
Chicken noodle bread.
Yeah.
Remember when you guys are
cheese
sick with the flu, have a nice loaf of chicken noodle bread.
and some orange juice
Classic.
bread. And some NyQuil
Fucking
bread.
Gatorade bread. NyQuil bread and Gatorade butter.
Give me a
Some
slice of
robot
that
bread.
lean.
Gonna make some Monster Energy bread. Did you
I
see somebody made
guarantee you
Monster
that's-
Energy
I
pickles?
guarantee
bread.
you that's been done before.
Oh,
I
I'm
guarantee.
sure.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
Yeah. Give
What
me
a fucking
some-
stupid question,
some
Dave.
Pepto-Bismol loaf.
Dave, are you mad that this is not your original question? This could be like a whole. This could be
There
a whole
was
other
no que-
fucking
there-
episode.
there was no
Times as good as
question.
our questions.
This wasn't a question. This was just me shooting shit.
Oh my god! I typed in Monster Energy. I typed in BR, and it goes Monster Energy bread, Monster Energy bread recipe, how to make Monster Energy bread, and Monster bread recipe.
Yo.
we are not original.
Monster Energy drink recipe, caffeine infused banana
Standing
bread.
on the shoulders of giants at the moment.
Caffeine infused banana bread.
I don't
Actually,
like
that
this.
shit would probably be okay added to banana bread if you like cut back on the amount of like white sugar that you would add. I bet you could
in
make
lieu
something
of a
palatable.
cup of sugar, add in 3 cans of Monster, 4
But I mean, people
Loco or
make
something.
cakes and stuff. Like they make like a pancake with not a pancake, but like a sheet cake with. They take soda and
Soda
they throw
bread.
that in with like flour and sugar and stuff. So that'll be. We're not making bread. We're making fucking cake. God damn it! Somebody already did this shit.
I'm
like
still
all
doing
of
my
this
soup
shit.
bread, boys.
Out of soup though, too.
I'm still doing soup bread. It's not going to be soup cake.
Bread.
It's going to be soup bread.
I still think you should do the opposite, like Rico said, and make bread soup. Like I got this loaf of Hawaiian rolls, and I'm gonna melt them all down and turn them into soup broth.
Just so you know, bread soup is already a thing. I just Googled it. It's called
Fuck.
Tuscan Papa al Pomodoro, which is
Oh, it's
tomato and
Italian.
bread soup.
Fuck off.
It's just what, a piece of bread with some hot water on top of it.
It's a simple soup that mainly consists of stale bread. Variations exist in many countries and is often eaten during Lent. Both brown and white bread may be used. The basis of the soup is traditionally either a meat soup or vegetable broth.
Fuck that.
So they're just putting
Not the
stale
same.
bread in soup. That's not making bread soup.
Yeah, and I don't want
Soup
bread
bread.
soup. I want soup bread.
What if you took vodka or gin and put a bunch of
Salt.
flour and yeast in there, and you made cupcakes out of it?
Mm,
I don't think that'd be very good.
no.
Yeah, boys,
You
I
can do that
don't
one, Smitty.
I don't think soup bread
I don't need
exists.
vodka.
I just Googled, can you add flour to soup to make bread? And the only articles that come up is using flour just to thicken soup.
Well,
So
looks
I
like-
think
Probably a
this
reason
is
why.
I think this is a first.
I think you should bake a loaf and post it onto all of our Instagram and Twitter and Reddit and shit like that.
Hold me to it. I'm gonna do it.